Well, hello and welcome to my channel. This is John, and this is my walkthrough review of the Y-Start LK5012. A very surprising knife. Let's go into it right once. We have, as you can see, a very nice blade shape, in my opinion. Almost a tanto, at least this sort of Scandi grind at the tip, and a bit of a clip point, a little bit of a switch here, and although a beefy blade, quite thin behind the edge, but still it is perhaps not the best slicer. I think it will break an apple more than it will slice it. Still very nice. The blade is VG10, as you can see, if I can get it in frame, right there, and some jimping on top, and on the flipper I just should it, close it so you can see a little bit of an indent to put in a what do we call those light bars, tritium light bar. I don't know really why, but it's there, and you can use it if you want to. I have no use for it, but a gimmick at least. Looking at the handle, I am very much in love with this handle. Very beautiful color, in my opinion. Not the most manly perhaps, but still it is a sort of a purple or purple, and with some nice sort of copper accents in the middle here, and some switches here with, I hope you might see, there's a milling pattern all over these switches, also in the bottom of the handle. And as you can see, the handle is rather finger shaped. The handle is titanium, and we have a rather heavy spacer here at the back, which is also titanium. And if we look at the pocket clip, it is a milled out pocket clip with some nice patterns as well. And looking at the lock bar, we have a lock bar insert with 2 screws, and unfortunately pivot screws are not standard Torx or anything. They are, I don't know what you can use a flathead screwdriver for them. I tried it and it works perfectly. No Loctite whatsoever in this one, so easy to disassemble and easy to assemble again, of course. Fit and finish, very nicely rounded off. No real hotspots anywhere. Jimping not that functional, but nice, what do you call it, decoration, I think. Even so, on the back spacer here, not very functional, but it gives a bit of an accent to the knife. If we look at the lockup, we have about 50%, and I have to tell you, under the fit and finish headline, that it had a little bit of lock stick, but I managed to do something about that with a Sharpie. You just use a Sharpie on the back of the on the shoulder of the knife here on the back, and of course on the lock bar insert, and then I got rid of that. And when we are on that topic of the action, let's talk about that. Very nice action. It simply rockets out. It's a heavy blade, so it's not snappy, but it's still very reliably shoots out. When you go from the free fall here and over the lock bar and the detent ball, there's a bit of a hard point where it might have needed a sort of a ramp, a lock bar ramp, which some do, but still. And I might as well disclose, this knife to me was about $55, sorry, and I have a Kaiser knife that has sort of the same issue at $190 or euro. Really could need a lock bar ramp, but well, it's a minor issue, I think. The action, to continue that, it is on bearings, and it's multi-row bearings, and that gives it a very, very smooth action, and both one way and the other, and as you can see, once it is on the lock bar, it falls shut, so no problem there. When I made this, the first impressions video of this one, I was all wow, and of course I found a few little issues. This knife is $55 to, I have seen it around $85, so be aware that if you buy it on Gearbest, look out for flash sales on it, because then you can make a real bargain. This is VG10, this is a multi-row bearing, this is titanium. It is rather amazing that they can do that for roughly $55, and so you can easily understand that I can recommend it. It is a very, very nice knife, very beautiful knife, and of course, if you carry this around, it is big, but it is also very sort of it is a thing for people to talk about, and I think it is a most beautiful knife, and I can't imagine how they can do this for $55 compared to, for instance, Wii or Reich or whatever. Really an amazing piece of work, and I can't, if you are on the fence for something like this, oh, this action is so smooth. If you're on the fence for something like this, which is both sort of an exhibition piece and cheap enough that you can carry it in the pocket and don't care too much about what happens to it because of the cheap price, well, then this is the way to go. Amazing how much high-end sort of stuff they have put into this $55, $85 knife. I really can't recommend it enough. I think it is just an amazing piece for the price. And with this, I think you should have a nice day, evening, whatever it is in your country. Bye bye.